Please welcome Iowa Secretary of State Paul Pate. Secretary Pate is Iowa's Commissioner of Elections. His office is also in charge of business filings for the state. Paul Pate has dedicated his life to public service. He is in his third term as Secretary of State. Previously, he served in the Iowa Senate and was also mayor of Cedar Rapids. Secretary Pate and his wife Jane have 3 children and 5 grandchildren. Today he is going to lead us through a very important exercise, so please give him your full attention. Let's hear it for Iowa FFA Secretary of State Paul Pate.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to visit with you today and letting me help you kick off your 91st annual FFA State Leadership Conference. That's right, a little enthusiasm here. It's often said that young people are our future leaders. The way I see it, you're not future leaders, you're already leaders today. By being here, you've demonstrated that you're a leader. By being involved in your school, you're a leader. By getting involved in your community, you're a leader. And I want to thank you for stepping up. The reason I'm here today is because, along with being an Iowa leader, I want you to be a voter. Part of my duties as Iowa Secretary of State is serving as the Commissioner of Elections. Registering to vote and participating in elections are the best way to make your voice heard. And I have, if I get the trusty prop up here, voter registration forms. I'm holding in my hand. This is an official state of Iowa voter registration form, and this piece of paper will give you tremendous power. The United States of America is the greatest and freest country in the world because we have the liberty to choose, you're right, the leaders that we want to represent us. As Abraham Lincoln famously said, we are a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. How many of you here right now are registered to vote? Can everyone who's registered to vote please stand up? If you're already registered, stand up. Let's give them a round of applause. Come on. All right, you can sit down now. Now, a lot of you might not be aware of this, but thanks to a new law that went into effect in January, if you're 17 years old, you can register to vote here in Iowa. You don't have to wait until you're 18. You can do it now. The idea behind this is to allow you to vote in the June primaries if you're going to be 18 years old by the time of the general election. It takes place in November. We believe that you should have your voice heard in these primary elections as well. That's when the real choices are made. When you have 4, 6, 10 people running for an office in a primary, you can have your voice be a part of that. So all of you who are at least 17 years old and have not registered to vote, will you please stand up? All right, 17-year-olds who haven't registered yet. Okay, all right. So you're part of who I'm talking to here today too. That's awesome. So you can sit back down now. So what we're going to do is have a mass voter registration drive right here, right now. Your FFA advisors have all been given a packet of official voter registration forms. For every student that is 17 and wants to register to vote, I'm going to ask your advisors to hand those registration forms out to everyone who is standing. So I guess you're going to have to stand up again. And let's get as many of you as possible to register to vote right here today. It only takes a few minutes, and by registering to vote, you can have significant power. You have a say in electing people to represent you and your values. You have a say in who will be the President of the United States. You have a say in who will represent you in Congress and in the Iowa legislature, and even on your city council and school board elections, which are this year. It's important for you to register to vote, to participate in your elections, and to make your voice heard, to be a voter. Now, when you're done filling out the form, hold it up and your advisors will come around and collect them and turn them into our office. And to help you out a little bit here in the countdown. In this first big bracket that says ID number, you don't have to fill out your driver's license number and your social security number. You choose one or the other. For most people, they use the social security because it's the last 4 digits of the number. But if either one of those are your option, I don't want to get you confused, but to make it a little easier for you. So please take the moment to do that and make sure your voice is heard. Because in Iowa, being first in the nation for caucuses gives us a significant responsibility. You've got a lot of people who want to be the next president. And when they're here in our state, you need to reach out to them and tell them, A, you're a voter, and B, this is what's important to you, so that they will carry that message throughout their presidential campaign. Again, when you're done filling it, hold it up for your advisors. I want to thank you for letting me be here. I want to thank you for taking this important step and be a voter. Thank you.
Let's give it up one more time for Secretary of State Paul Pate. Well, good afternoon, Iowa FFA. How are we doing today?
Boo, that was rough.
I think they can do a little bit better than that.
I think so too, yep.
Now, I'm all the way from the great state of Texas, and I want us to be so loud that they can hear us from there. So how are we doing today?
Much better. Well, I am here to introduce my friend, Mr. Trey Alesando. Like he said, he is from the great state of Texas, but his heart is even bigger than the great state of Texas. And his laugh can also be heard from Texas and Iowa. So there's that. Right on. He likes cows. What else? They probably picked the most 2 awkward people to do this.
They probably did.
Yeah.
They're probably
so we
rethinking
apologize
that
in
right now.
advance. Absolutely.
Well, I'm here to introduce my good friend, Ms. Erica Beyer. She's from the second best state in the nation, also known as Iowa.
Yeah.
On a cold spring day, I can usually hear Erica laughing all the way from Iowa and Texas because her laugh is just about as loud as mine.
Only in a cold spring day.
Only cold spring days.
Got it. Mental note.
But also, she has a heart the size of Texas as well.
Oh, stop.
So as we
Iowa's
get
still
started
better.
with our pre-sessions this week, we want to remind you of the social media challenge that's going to be happening during state convention this week. Do you like taking selfies, Erica?
Yeah, I do.
Check out
Absolutely.
her Instagram. She does.
Yeah, I do.
So if you have a selfie that you want to post with your friends or family here at convention, make sure you use the hashtag IAFFASLC so that we can see them and put them up on the screen during convention.
Hashtag, yeah. Do it. Now, okay, Trey, I was thinking back to middle school Erica, and I was thinking, okay, like, before I started working, what did I do all summer? And it's kind of a valid question of, like, what do people do before they start working, right? So I was digging back in the memory banks, and I was like, man, we played Wii a lot. Do you remember playing the Wii?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
Who here remembers getting stuck in the water at Coconut Beach during Mario Kart? Do we have some Coconut Beach drivers in here?
Yeah.
That was some of my lowest times of middle school right
or
there.
like the Delfino Square one where you just like keep hitting the wall and then you get turned around. It's a hot mess. It's all downhill from there, quite frankly.
I'll honestly say during my Wii days is probably when I was the most fit when I would play Wii Fit.
I know,
so
yeah.
It's been downhill since then
I
too.
feel that. The little games where you like dodge the snowballs and that sort of thing, that was my expertise. But honestly, out of all of those games, while I enjoyed them, there is one game that absolutely tops the rest.
What game is that?
Just Dance. Anybody with me? Anybody remember that? Oh, yeah. Well, we have some advisors and students out here who are going to just dance with us. We have a little competition ready to go, so can we welcome our students and advisors out? They're a little slow today. Where are you guys at? There we are.
Let's hear some more applause for our participants.
So we have our lovely advisors over here, our students over here, and we have a song ready to go for you. At the end, as a crowd, it's our task to vote who is the dominant species up here. Advisors or students, right? All right, let's go ahead and get that Just Dance song a-playing. Maybe. See, little do you know is we actually are dancing with no music. No, I'm totally kidding.
Make some noise for your ag teachers up here.
Get ready, folks. I think we need to cheer on our advisors a little bit. How about that? They're pretty nervous up here. Let's cheer on our fellow members up here, too.
You know, while we're waiting for that video to pull up, let's do a little question and answer real fast with our ag teachers over here. So if you could state your name, what chapter you're from, and what your best dance move is.
My name is Luke Round. I teach at Epworth, West Dubuque, and my best dance move is freestyle.
Wow, that's bold.
That is pretty bold. We'll go down here next.
Hi, I'm Jen Westfall with the North Scott FFA chapter in Eldridge, and my favorite dance move is probably the chicken dance.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to change up the question a little bit. So we're going to say name, chapter, but what is your worst dance move that you do?
My name is Caitlin Remington. I'm the ag teacher at Bonnarant Farrar High School. My worst dance move is probably all of them.
Make some noise if you agree with that for yourself.
I'm Emily Van Manen, and I'm from the Dowling Catholic FFA chapter, and she stole mine because I can't dance either, so all of them are my worst dance moves.
Sweet. Oh, student time.
All right, so now we're moving over to the students. All right, so we're going to have a student introduce themselves, say what chapter they're from, and what is your best dance move, and can you do it for the crowd?
I'm Macy Wygan. I'm from the MFL Marmac FFA chapter, and I can swing dance if I had a good partner. Otherwise, I got no moves.
There we go.
This guy right
okay.
here is taking up
Let's
the challenge.
see it.
What's your
Let's
name, man?
see it.
Okay, we've got Ben, we've got Macy. Let's do a little. Oh, okay, they're saving their energy.
Saving-
That's
okay.
good. That's
fair
good.
enough. Fair enough. I respect that. I respect that. Okay, and our next student over here is. I'm Claire. I'm from the Lamar's FFA chapter. Claire, what is your shoe size?
I wear an 8.
Yeah, people hit her up. She wears an 8. I'm telling you.
Good size.
Good size. Great size. Love that. Absolutely. Do we have that video ready to go? We are. Oh, are we freestyling? We're freestyling. Are we doing it?
We can do it.
Okay. All right. Teachers, you ready to go? Can we get maybe just some low-key, nice music going? Some hype music, not low-key. There we go. All right.
What y'all trying to do? What you trying to do? 24-karat magic in the air.
All right, students, how are you going to come back with that?
Break it down like
Lame.
what's that sound?
Teachers, you have a rebuttal?
Come on now. 24-karat.
Oh, okay.
Fight the feeling, invite the feeling. Just put your
ROTCs up here on stage. Congratulations. Bust out a dance move as we find our seats again and get ready for the first general session of our state convention.
The Secretary's Desk has a few reminders at this time. All career development event participants receiving a gold rating must report to sections 132, 133, and 111. Please make sure to silent all cell phones. All sponsors report to the seating desk located by the Secretary's Desk for further seating instructions. Now, here to give us our Session 1 reflection is past State President, Mr. Zach Hamilton.
Please join me in an attitude of reflection. Today, we are grateful for the excitement and opportunity at this, the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference. We are thankful for the opportunity to showcase the talents and success of those of us in the blue corduroy. Help keep our minds open and our spirits high while we embark on this fiery journey in Hilton Coliseum. We ask for strength and energy as we strive to be the leaders of tomorrow and advocate for the organization that has given us so much. Thank you.
FFA members and guests, please stand for a tribute to our country as the Iowa State University's Army ROTC presents our nation's colors. FFA members and guests, please stand for a tribute to our country as Claire Hogue from Wapello presents our national anthem.
All right. We have Lane, we have Chandler, we have Cole. CDE's riding with the girls, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Convention doesn't start till a couple hours. Let's watch a little TV.
Deserts they have nourished.
I can't believe I'm watching Our Planet. Let's change this.
What's up, Iowa FFA? Today we're going to talk to you about the
Jodie, stop. We have breaking news.
Oh, no.
Let's go to Cole and Chandler.
The Iowa FFA Association has issued a warning to all individuals headed to Ames. Be aware that there will be heavy traffic as over 6,000 people will be headed to Hilton Coliseum.
Why can't I find the NASCAR race?
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. All shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air."
Thank you, next.
Things that you can only say to your ag teacher. Yo, teach, can we weld today? Do we have to tuck in our tallywhackers?
Man, they're bad.
All of a sudden, it hit me. I forgot clothes for PE.
I wonder if I think I saw them in FFA.
If you want to be a member, you have to join an ed class. Though it snows in April, farming is a blast. If you want to be a member, tuck your tallywhacker in. Blue and gold forever, that's the way we live. So here's the chapters from A to Z. You want to follow me, you gotta start with that glee. You got chapters in the east that like to keep it peace. You got chapters in the west that like to be the best. Mi amor, tú nunca me amaste.
What in the world is this? I wonder if the NFR's on. Nope.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. But when it hasn't been your day, a week, a month, even your year. But
On to the next one.
and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen.
she is so blue. Blue are the people here that walk around. Blue like my Corvette, it's ending no time. Blue are the words I say and what I think. Blue are the feelings that live inside me. I'm
And thanks for making last weekend's Justice the #1 show last weekend. Let's do it.
FFA members, advisors, and guests, get ready for the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference as we welcome our 2018-2019 Iowa FFA Officer Team. Your South Central State Vice President from the Pro FFA Chapter, Chandler, Jahner. Your Northwest State Vice President from the GTRA FFA Chapter, your Southeast State Vice President from the Agri-Power FFA Chapter in Eddyville, Mausser. Your North Central State Vice President from the Outgoing FFA Chapter, Alesando. Turn down for what? Your Southwest State Vice President from the Greene County FFA Chapter, Gwen. Your Northeast State Vice President from the North Cava FFA Chapter, Jake Ross. Your State Reporter from the Eastern Canada FFA Chapter, Jodie. Your State Secretary from the Akron Westfield FFA Chapter, Lakin Mullinex. Your State President from the Agri-Power FFA Chapter at Eddyville, Chase Brininger. And our advisor, who has dedicated 35 years to Iowa agricultural education from the LaPorte Dyson FFA Chapter, Mr. Lewis Beck. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018-2019 Iowa FFA Officer Team.
Convention Hall will come to order. We are now holding the first general session of the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the states of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is the time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in the directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
I am pleased to announce that at this, the first general session of the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference, there are 5,691 members, advisors, and guests registered from 234 chapters, Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities, responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA membership possess. Thank you. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare the first general session of the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. FFA members, advisors, and guests, good afternoon and welcome to the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau Federation. It's exciting to see that Iowa State University has been taken over by Blue Jackets, and this room is filled to the brim with the leaders of tomorrow. Those of us in FFA and agricultural education today will go on to serve as incredible leaders for our communities, our country, and around the world. No matter the path we choose, the future of agriculture as bankers, farmers, teachers, and the list goes on and on. While it is true that each one of us can make the most of our potential, it takes just one moment to make a difference that will shape our future forever. And that moment starts here and now. Iowa FFA, let's get loud and proud because it's time for the first general session of the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference. While it is true that it takes just one moment to shape our future, it is through partnerships with generous sponsors that we are able to become the future's leaders of agriculture as a part of the Iowa FFA Association. The Iowa Farm Bureau Federation has been an outstanding supporter of the FFA for many years and are the presenting sponsor of the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference. Representing the Iowa Farm Bureau is President Mr. Craig Hill. Craig Hill of Ackworth was elected president of Iowa Farm Bureau in December of 2011 and serving more than 156,000 families across Iowa who belong to the largest farm organization in the state. As president, Craig also serves as chairman on the FBL Financial Group, Inc. and Farm Bureau Life Companies. In addition, he serves the American Farm Bureau Board of Directors. He and his wife, Pate, have married 2 children. Their son, Adam, is involved in a family grain and livestock operation, and their daughter, Abby, is an associate attorney. Please welcome to the podium, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau, Mr. Craig Hill.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a great pleasure to be able to join you here at the 91st Annual Conference of the FFA. And, I do know how important FFA is. It's important to not only agriculture, our state, but our family. And myself included, our 2 children, both are products of agriculture and FFA. It helps you prepare for life in untold ways. And it's not going without being noticed. Your organization is growing. It's growing in numbers. It's growing in influence. It's growing in success. Each and every one of you should take pride. If you aren't acquainted with Farm Bureau, as mentioned, we have 156,000 families across the state of Iowa that belong to the Iowa Farm Bureau. We're a general farm organization. We are a membership organization. We think of ourselves as a unified national voice of agriculture. We operate in the local level, the county Farm Bureau, the state, and the American with 6 million members. Farm Bureau seeks to create a vibrant future for agriculture, our farm families, our ranchers, and the communities in which we live. The youth are vital to that mission, and we do have a strong set of missions, goals, and objectives. They're well defined, but the youth of Iowa particularly are important to our success. And you have much to be proud of, much to celebrate, and much to do. Learning to do, doing to earn, earning to live, and living to serve. You are vital to our success. And yes, it's true, agriculture is essential and inseparable to all life around the globe. But it's your energy, your intellect, your spirit, and your hard work that's equally essential and inseparable to our combined success. Each one of you is important. Just as the theme suggests, just one. Recognize that we have but one planet. We have one lifetime to serve. We have one new day, and each day to make a difference. Never before has the promise of agriculture been more vivid, our mission more valid, or responsibility more great. Every one, just one, is important. Every one of you to that equation. Be just one. Be just one that brings courage to take on the challenge. Be one who encourages others. Be one that has and exhibits enthusiasm. Be one who has empathy and understanding for others. Be one that inspires. Be one that's honest with one another. Be one that's forgiving. And be one that's grateful. Grateful for the challenges and for the opportunities that we share. Grateful for the FFA and our family, that's here with us today. I think I heard 5,691. Congratulations. We all care for you. Just one will make a difference. Thank you.
Mr. Hill, on behalf of the more than 15,400 Iowa FFA members, I would like to extend a sincere thank you to you and the members of the Iowa Farm Bureau Federation for your continuous support. Please accept this conference gift. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Hill. Your chairs for the first general session call the Far North home. Your first hails from Algona and loves all things swine. You can often find her tweeting from the nearest tree or cuddling with her dog. Your second is found juggling whatever he can get his hands on or telling some joke that makes you lose track of what you're doing. No matter how different these two may be, they both share a passion for FFA and serving the students of our organization and the Blue Corduroy. Please help me in welcoming your first session chairs, North Central State Vice President Alexis Birdie and your Northwest State Vice President Cole Ryman.
I don't know about you guys, but I think this session's gonna be a pretty big deal.
Cole, what do you have there?
It's a boar.
I thought I told you we weren't bringing a pig on stage.
No, you said if we brought a pig on stage, it would be a boar.
Yeah, a boar, like boring?
Oh. Well, luckily for us, this session won't be a bore when we hear the results of this morning's career development events, be inspired by our keynote speaker, and see some of the amazing talent from our fellow members.
In this session, we will also recognize our generous sponsors, newly chartered chapters, and hear a couple of retiring addresses from our officers. Iowa FFA, get ready for the first general session of the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference. For many years, the Iowa FFA has depended on vital partnerships to enhance success and new opportunities to our members. Iowa State University College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, led by Dean Daniel Robeson, not only continues to serve as a large supporter of agriculture, but also the Blue Corduroy. We are honored to be holding this conference in the world's leading institution of agriculture as they continue to educate and prepare young people for successful careers within a prosperous industry. Dean Robeson, please accept this conference gift as a token of our appreciation. FFA members, advisors, and guests, help me in thanking Dean Robeson on behalf of Iowa State University College of Agriculture and Life Sciences for their generous support.
At this conference, we celebrate numerous accomplishments that members and their chapters achieve in the blue corduroy we all know and love. These chapters have taken the step to develop their premier leadership, personal growth, and career success. It takes just one new chapter to change the lives of numerous students. Please join me in celebrating the beginning of these chapters' journeys. Will the Secretary's desk please read the names of the newly chartered chapters?
Our newly chartered chapters are Beckman Catholic at Dyersville, Bondurant Farrar, Clear Creek Amana, Danville, Martinsdale St. Mary's, North Butler at Green, Pella Christian. Congratulations to our newly chartered chapters.
In 1944, at the 16th Iowa FFA Leadership Conference, there were 64 Iowa Farmer Degree recipients out of the 4,158 members. For the past 75 years, these chapters have grown and exhibited that it takes just one person to change the lives of many. Because of these chapters, their advisors, and their members, the Iowa FFA has benefited greatly. Will the Secretary's desk please read the names of the chapters celebrating their 75th anniversary?
Chapters celebrating their 75th anniversary are Applington Parkersburg, Webster City. Please congratulate these chapters on their 75th anniversary.
So as state officers, we have some pretty long car rides. Say some pretty dumb stuff on these car rides.
Yeah, definitely.
Here are a couple.
Being a responsible driver, Cadillac! Have you ever thought of, like, using yourself as a bowling ball?
And I need you. We should stop dumbing ourselves down and instead dumb ourselves up. If you're bald, right?
Yeah.
What hair color do they put on your driver's license?
I think they put an S for scalp.
Did we just become best friends?
Yup. You want to go do karate in the garage?
Yup.
If you met this next speaker this year, you might say that he is funny, respectful, or compassionate. If you have known him a little bit longer, you would say that he knows every single car under the sun, is a big fan of Iowa State, and loves agriculture. When he stops talking about whatever car he just saw, he's an amazing leader and will take any challenge he sets before him.
This next speaker showed up to our State District Officer Leadership Conference late, only because he got lost in downtown Des Moines on his way from Pella to Ankeny. As if the situation wasn't already humorous enough, he came rolling in, driving a VW Bug with a Farm Her sticker on the back window. When he isn't late to FFA events, he can be found making someone laugh uncontrollably and providing the best advice you can find. This sheep and goat loving individual is the true definition of servant leadership and will always be there to lend an outstretched hand.
We would like to introduce my brother,
the big brother I never had,
and your South Central District Vice President, Chandler Jahner.
Where are all my rowdy FFA friends at tonight? My name is Chandler Jahner. I show sheep during the summer, work on trucks and tractors during the winter, and spend the rest of my time at the great Iowa State University. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a straightforward way to start things, and you're right, it is. But I want you to realize something. There was a time in my life where I would have started this speech off very differently. There was a time where I felt like a piece was missing. Something you need to know about me is that I come from a very athletic family. My mom was a star basketball player for the Knoxville Panthers. My dad, tremendously quick. My grandpa had a full ride scholarship to play football for Central College. And it just so happens I'm built the exact same way that he is. In the terms of a livestock breeder, I should result into something incredible. In fact, if I were to give a set of reasons about myself, it would sound something like this. He's lengthy, shallow on the flank, light in the bone, overall pretty incredible. Incredibly bad, especially when it comes to sports. Let me explain. I go out for Pella T-ball, and I'm almost immediately put out into left field. I'm gonna put you in on a little secret. In second grade Pella T-ball, the ball itself never gets past the bases. A pretty strategic move on the coach's part, if you ask me. One thing led to another, and I ended up playing basketball. Now, in basketball, I was capable of multiple accomplishments. Number one, I got to play. A lot. It didn't help that there were only 6 of us on the team, and that I easily stood 5 inches taller than everyone else on the court. Number 2, I averaged about 2 points per season. I was famous for my ability to catch the ball and then freeze, like a deer in headlights. And number 3, my 8th grade year, I somehow managed to roll the same ankle twice in one game. Now, my left ankle makes a funny little popping noise every time I run, which isn't often. I traded in my basketball shorts for football cleats. Now, we've already established, in terms of athletic ability, I have none. During my time at Pella High, the Pella football team lost a total of just 1 game. That was the state championship my freshman year. I strapped on my scout defense beanie, ran out to the field, and lined up against some guys that went on to play for the University of Iowa. I took hit after hit, ran killer after killer, sat on bench after bench. Nothing but scars to show from it. Baseball, basketball, football, heck, even recreational ping pong left me not only feeling defeated, but with a question. If I wasn't impressive on the field or in the court, then did that make me a failure? I missed the point. You see, if I would have been honest with myself, I would have realized much earlier on what my true passions were. But instead, I had to get the dog snot kicked out of me to realize it. Let's be real, folks. How often do we fall into the trap of doing things because that's what society wants us to do? Everything in my circumstance screams sports for me. But I had a gut feeling that there was something else out there. What traps have you fallen in before, like me? What is society telling you that you should be doing? You have a gut feeling? Could that be your missing piece? In 6th grade, I had the opportunity to write and present a presentation on how my family raises chickens. And it was one of the first times that I ever felt comfortable in front of an audience. In 7th grade, I had the opportunity to be successful with my sheep, winning county fair classes and chasing banners at the state fair. In 8th grade, I was faced with a decision. Right after telling my mom to go out and buy me football cleats so I could go out for the first practice of the year, I had a dilemma. If I went out for football, then there was no way I was going to be able to read those antique tractor books that I had just rented from the library. Believe me, these gentle nudges were a lot better than having a screwed up ankle or seeing out of the ear hole of my football helmet. Do you want to find your missing piece? They keep looking. You might be surprised where they might turn up. In fact, they could be hiding in plain sight. What if it's in your chapter's raccoon hunt, like my friends down in Moulton Udall? Or tending to a goat named Superman in Moravia? Or how about at a pie auction in Adele? You see, it wasn't until my FFA advisor asked me to be our chapter's creed speaker that I started to realize that this whole FFA and speaking thing was much more in my wheelhouse. And I tended to get less hurt. If you're unhappy with where you are right now, if you feel like you're not reaching your full potential, then keep looking. Don't walk around this life like what I did and ignore your gut feeling. Believe me when I tell you that fear has no hold on you. Don't stop pushing forward. Unplug from the thing that's holding you back. Iowa FFA, now is your time to find your missing piece.
Sit down and be set free. Come to the table. Come to the table. Sit. No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. But when it hasn't been your day, week, your month, then you're here. But I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before. I'll be there for you. So there for me too.
An increase in popularity of agriculture education has created the demand to recruit new teachers and the retention of knowledgeable industry mentors. To help shed light on the importance of agriculture education and the tremendous contributions of teachers, Nationwide has established the Golden Owl Award, honoring the Agriculture Educator of the Year. 7 teachers from Iowa were selected as finalists and received a $500 prize along with entrance into the final selection stage. Will the Secretary's desk please read the names of the 7 finalists?
The winner from the North Central District is Brad Taylor, Roland Story High School. The winner from the Northeast District is Melissa Hegeman, South Winneshiek School District. The winner from the Northwest District is Randy Croce, Akron Westfield School District. The winner from the South Central District is Matt Eddy, Southeast Polk High School. The winner from the Southeast District is Jacob Hunter, North Scott High School. The winner from the Southwest District is Steve Sontag, Southwest Valley Schools. The post-secondary winner is Dr. Robert Martin, Iowa State University. Please congratulate our winners. And the 2019 Iowa Golden Owl Award winner is Mr. Brad Taylor of Roland Story. Congratulations.
Mr. Chestnut and Mr. Ferreira, we cannot thank you enough for coming out and supporting us here tonight and everything you do for agriculture education and the FFA. Let's give these two one more big round of applause.
I've been everywhere. I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, La Paloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tocopilla, Barranquilla, and Padilla. I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts, bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texarkana, Monterey, Faraday, Santa Fe, Tallapoosa, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Oskaloosa, Tennessee, Chicopee, Spirit Lake, Grand Lake, Devil's Lake, Crater Lake, the Beach Lake. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts, bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Louisville, Nashville, Knoxville, Omaha, Baca, Shefferville, Jacksonville, Waterville, Costa Rica, Pittsfield, Springfield, Bakersfield, Shreveport, Hackensack, Cadillac, Fond du Lac, Davenport, Idaho, Jellicoe, Argentina, Diamantina, Pasadena, Catalina, see what I mean. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts, bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Pittsburgh, Parkersburg, Gravelburg, Colorado, Ellersburg, Rexburg, Vicksburg, El Dorado, Larimore, Atmore, Havistaw, Chattanooga, Shasta, Nebraska.
To support the leadership, development, career, and personal exploration of high school agriculture education students in the state of Iowa, the Iowa FFA Foundation created an opportunity to encourage Iowa FFA members and their teachers to learn, share, and develop their knowledge of global agriculture. In September, FFA members from across the state of Iowa visited Kosovo. Through this international experience, Iowa FFA members and Kosovo students had an opportunity to grow and develop the next generation of agricultural leaders within the Republic of Kosovo and right here in the state of Iowa. FFA members, please help me in welcoming the students and teachers visiting from Kosovo.
Hello, my name is Andrin Gashi. I'm from Kosovo.
Hi, my name Arula Muli.
Hello, I am Vjosa Jaravina from Kosovo.
I am Bek Mulay.
I'm Adesa Kodroli from Kosovo.
Hi everyone, I'm Albana Chare from Kosovo.
I'm Exona Fit and I'm from Kosovo.
Let's give a warm Iowa welcome to those visiting from Kosovo.
For more than 30 years, the Iowa FFA Foundation has helped support the Iowa FFA Association and its members. They have done so by building relationships with numerous partners and developing ways to lead us into the future. At this time, I am pleased to introduce to you the Iowa FFA Foundation President, Mr. Eddie Chestnut.
Good afternoon. My name is Eddie Chestnut, and this year I'm proud to serve as the Iowa FFA Foundation President. I've stood on this stage before with sponsors from a variety of organizations recognizing the common goal of supporting the Iowa FFA. I'm always amazed at the energy and enthusiasm at everybody at this leadership conference. 40 years ago, I was sitting where you're sitting as an FFAer myself, and I know that your enthusiasm is a reflection of your fellow members back home, the chapters you represent, and honestly, it's kind of nice getting out of school for a couple days. Back then, we had a team of parliamentary procedure in a contest, but additionally, my responsibility was to manage 4 rolls of film and 96 pictures over the course of the conference in a 35mm camera. You'll have to ask your parents, maybe your grandparents, what 35mm film is. Last year, as I was walking out of the station to go home, an advisor pulled me aside and thanked me as a foundation sponsor for our support of the FFA, and I responded, no, all the thanks goes to you. Student participation in the FFA and the enthusiasm you exhibit have everything to do with your chapter's program offerings, your events, and your chapter advisor. For this reason, I was really excited for the Golden Owl Award, and again, want to congratulate the 7 recipients and our overall winner, Mr. Taylor. Let's give them and all advisors a round of applause. As an Iowa Foundation board member, we're glad to do the work we do when we see this kind of participation, but more importantly, understand the skills that you're learning day in and day out through your programs at your local chapters. Whether in the classroom, through CDE, or even your chapter meetings, it's comforting to see the development of our future leaders. The Iowa FFA Foundation understands this and works with over 800 sponsoring organizations, and the monies we raised over the last year go to support the various programs in your chapters to the tune of an average $1,100 per chapter and over $36 for every member attending the Washington Leadership Conference. With just one more Blue Jackets, Black Ties table sponsor, with just one more FFA checkoff donor, or with just one more Quarterly Club member, we can do even more with the support of you. To all the individuals and organizations supporting the FFA, all of us owe them a big thank you as it supports the programs and activities that otherwise would not be possible. Seeing all the blue today is absolutely a confidence builder for the foundation and all of the sponsors who are invested in the Iowa FFA. With just one more person or organization, hundreds and thousands times over, we can continue our support of you. Shortly, this stage will be filled with many like myself who believe in the FFA and what it offers to young adults, such as yourselves, and what will even come to be more important to you 40 years from now. I hope you take a moment to show your appreciation for these sponsors, individuals, and organizations who give of themselves in support of the Iowa FFA. Thank you.
Please help us in recognizing the Iowa FFA Foundation Board of Directors. Tyler Bettine, Ellen Daisy, Jim Gardner, Randy Raymond, Keith Swadwaddell, Eric Weave, and Ron Zelli. Those not able to join us today: Kevin Butt, Dwayne Fadley, Christy Krafka, Mike Mitchell, and Scott Starkweather. Thank you, Mr. Eddie Chestnut and the Iowa FFA Foundation Board for your service to the Iowa FFA.
Those that have donated more than $500 to the Iowa FFA are acknowledged as major sponsors. Their contributions continue to pay for scholarships, FFA experiences, and the FFA Enrichment Center. At this time, let us direct our attention to the screen to recognize our major sponsors.
He never done too good when he was in high school. He never even talked to a popular girl. He's a future farmer of America, the blue jacket pride of the FFA. And he's a future father of some president.
FFA chapters from across the state of Iowa that support programs, events, and scholarships through the Iowa FFA Foundation are enrolled in the Ambassadors Program. These local level fundraising efforts, taking the form of fruit sales, test plots, and working industry shows, lead to success for members of the Iowa FFA. With the help of Mr. Joshua Remington, Executive Director of the Iowa FFA Foundation, please help me in recognizing a representative from each of our chapters that have shown what it means to be an ambassador to our organization.
Chapters that participated in the Ambassador Program include Algona FFA, Boone A&M, Bison FFA, Gilbert, Iowa River at Garner, Nashua Plainfield, North Union at Armstrong, Riceville, Roland Story, South Hamilton at Jewell, Webster City, West Hancock at Britt, West Marshall, from the Northeast District, Alburnett, Benton Community at Van Horn, Decorah, Edgewood Colesburg, Jessup, Linn-Mar at Marion, Maquoketa Valley at Delhi, North Lynn at Troy Mills, North Tama at Traer, South Winneshiek at Calmer, Sumner Fredericksburg, Vinton Shellsburg. From the Northwest District, Akron Westfield, Esterville, Hartley Melbourne Sanborn, New Elfonda, OABCIG at Ida Grove, Pilot Creek at Pocahontas, Ridgeview at Holstein, Sioux Central at Sioux Rapids, South O'Brien at Paulina. From the South Central District, Adele DeSoto Minburn, Bondurant Far, Central Trail at Leon, Sheridan, Colfax Mingo, Dowling Catholic, Diamond Trail at Monroe, East Union at Afton, Grinnell, Indianola, Interstate 35 at Churro, Linville Sully, Moulton Udell, Mount Ayr, Murray, Newton, North Polk at Allman, Osceola Big Chief, Pella, Pleasantville, South Tama at Tama, Southeast Polk at Pleasant Hill, Twin Cedars, Wayne at Corydon, West Central Valley at Stewart, Winterset, Woodward Granger. From the Southeast District, Belle Plaine, Calamus Wheatland, Cardinal at Eldon, Central Lee at Donaldson, Crooked Creek at Winfield, Davis County at Bloomfield, DeWitt Central Fairfield, Marengo, Mediapolis, Mid-Prairie at Wellman, Northeast at Goose Lake, Oskaloosa, Pekin, Van Buren, Harmony at Keosauqua, Wapello, West Branch, Williamsburg, Wilton. From the Southwest District, Atlantic, Audubon, Boyer Valley at Dunlap, Davis Rogers at Shenandoah, Fremont Mills at Tabor, Glenwood, Griswold, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Nottoway Valley, Panorama, Red Oak, Riverside at Oakland, Southwest Valley at Corning, Tri-Center at Neola. Please congratulate these chapters who have experienced incredible success through the Ambassador Program.
Way up in the mountains, 4,000 feet high, there's a trail through the trees to a cliff where Carolina meets the sky. Oh, and there's a view I just can't describe. No, we're not there yet, just a few more steps, baby, wait. Okay, you can open your eyes. This is it, this is now. I'm the son of a third-generation farmer. I've been married 10 years to the farmer's daughter. I'm a God-fearing, hard-working combine driver, hogging up the road on my plower, chugga-lugga-lugging 5 miles an hour on my international harvester. 3 miles of cars laying on their horns.
Our next Ambassador Program Award area is for those chapters who've contributed more than $1,000 towards the Iowa FFA. As we read the names of the chapters that have attained this impressive award, Ms. Karen Jones from Gromark will help us congratulate a representative from each chapter.
Those chapters that raise $1,000 or more for the Ambassador Program are Beckman Catholic at Dyersville, East Buchanan at Winthrop, LaPorte Dysart FFA, MVAO at Mapleton, East Sac County at Lakeview, Montezuma. Let's congratulate our 1,000+ chapters one more time.
Whether volunteering time and effort or providing financial assistance, the following chapters rose to the top through incredible contributions. FFA members, help us recognize the Ambassador Program's district winners. The winner from the North Central District is Central Plains at Gowrie. The winner from the Northeast District is Wapsie Valley at Fairbank. The winner from the Northwest District is Manson Northwest Webster. The winner from the South Central District, Ballard at Huxley. The winner from the Southeast District, West Liberty. the winner from the Southwest District, ACGC. Please congratulate our district winners. And the 2018-2019 Ambassador Program state winner is Wapsie Valley. Congratulations.
Ms. Jones, thank you for Growmark's continuous support of the Iowa FFA Association and the Ambassador Program. We appreciate your generous support throughout the years.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in
Thank you for teaching us leadership and life skills.
I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of.
Thank you for pushing me to step outside of my comfort zone and always encouraging me.
You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there.
Thank you, advisors, for taking the extra time to lend us a hand whenever we're down.
You like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are.
Thank you for pushing us outside of our comfort zone and inspiring us to find ourselves.
For passing your knowledge onto us so that we may learn and grow.
Fall asleep, I'll sing a song.
Thank you for always helping us prepare, and especially for pushing us to be the best versions of ourselves.
Every day I will remind you.
Thank you for always being there and providing a shoulder to lean on in a time of need.
When we are called to help our friends in need.
Thank you for the time spent away from your families, instilling a passion for agriculture in each and every one of us.
And I know when I need it, I can count on you.
Thank you for helping me when I need it and always pushing me to reach my goals.
There. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. You'll always have my shoulder when you cry. I'm never.
I don't know about you all, but FFA advisors and school administrators always seem to get you to events on time, even if you leave later than you probably should have. From supporting us through our successes to having our backs through our losses, these amazing individuals always seem to be there for us. Because of these advisors and administrators, we have grown into the patient and dedicated leaders that we are today. It is amazing to see how just one group of people can change our lives so much. FFA members, please join us in thanking our chapter advisors and school administrators.
please help me in welcoming my high school FFA advisor, Mrs. Betsy Becker, my high school principal, Mrs. Christy Peterson, and my high school president, Mr. Lynn Miller.
Hilton Coliseum, put your hands together for my high school administrators, Mr. Jeremy Symington and Mr. John Josephson, and my high school FFA advisor, Ms. Karen Robinson.
Good evening, Iowa FFA. Please help me in welcoming to the stage my FFA advisor, Mr. Matt Sibula, and my high school superintendent, Mr. David Hill.
Fellow members and guests, please join me in celebrating my high school principal, Mr. Derek Briggs, and my FFA advisors, Ms. Jalen Havel and Mr. Randy Croce.
Ladies and gentlemen, my high school principal, Mr. Eric Nelson, and my FFA advisor, Mr. Jacob Bowers.
Iowa FFA, please help me in welcoming my school administration, Mr. Dan Fox, and my high school advisors, Ms. Brittany Carroll and Mr. John Daisy.
Iowa FFA, please help in welcoming my high school principal, Mr. Stephen Noble, my high school agricultural educators, Mr. Patrick Powers, Ms. Liz Spring, and Ms. Melissa Apple.
FFA members, advisors, and guests, please help me in welcoming my high school principal, Mr. Brian Phillips, and my FFA advisors, Mrs. Courtney Garrington and Mrs. Katie Akers.
Hilton Coliseum, please help me in welcoming my advisors, Mr. Patrick Powers, Ms. Liz Spring, and Ms. Melissa Apple, and my high school athletic director, Mr. Kurt Johnston.
Let's give our administrators and advisors one final round of applause.
So you guys submitted questions into us, and we've got the answers. So first off, Noel from GTRA asked me, Cole, how tall are you? Way to take personal shots, Noel. I am 5'9"-ish, roughly.
On a good day.
On a good day, yeah. Get some heels on, we'll be good.
Macy from Algona said, what is your favorite food? Cheese balls, obviously.
It's basic. That's basic. Joel from Hinton said, Cole, what kind of car do you drive? I drive a Pontiac G5, which basically means that what's powering my engine is a gerbil on a wheel. So, got a lot of miles on it though. Like what? Like 45,000, some 4,500,000. A lot of miles. We got a lot of miles.
Bronson from Charles City said, what's your favorite dog breed? Definitely a Walker Coonhound.
What? No. You can't put an animal's name in another animal's name. It's definitely a blue heeler.
Yeah, you actually can.
No, blue heeler.
I think we can all agree that this person can make you smile instantly just by being her unique and wonderful self.
Her love of ice cream is a close comparison to her love of the FFA and those around her. As soon as you meet her, you already know she has impacted your life for the better.
While I have been lucky enough to know Jodie my entire life, it has been a blessing to watch her grow up into the young woman she is today.
We are proud to give you to our best friend,
my older cousin,
your 2018-2019 Iowa FFA State Reporter, Miss Jodie Mausser.
I was thinking yesterday about how we used to play Barbie dolls and makeup, tea parties, dress up. I remember how we'd fight
5'5", has long brown hair, has a heart of gold, can make some really good chocolate chip cookies, but for sure has an attitude. Now, I'm Ben, you either think I shrunk or I'm talking about my 5'5" attitude. Nope, I'm talking about my little sister. I remember the day that my little sister was born. My grandparents picked me up and took me to the hospital where I was greeted by the nurse who had the coolest sticker ever. On that sticker, it said, Big Sister. I remember being so excited, and I could not wait for all the adventures that were soon to come our way. Soon enough, Tristan and I were playing school and putting our little brother in princess dresses. There is one day I remember very clearly. After a long day of playing, I was coming upstairs from the basement when I see my mom, my dad, and my sister go into the office. They had shut the door but left it open just enough for me to see and hear what was happening next. As my dad stood behind her, my mom knelt in front of her. With shaky voices and tears in their eyes, I heard them say, Tristan, we want you to know we love you very much. In that moment, I knew my family's life was changing. See, as an older sibling, you're supposed to protect your younger siblings from bullies on the school bus. You're supposed to teach them how to run with the big kids, how to make cookies, how to love with their whole heart, and of course, stand up for one another. Seeing the tears in my parents' eyes, I felt I had failed my role as an older sibling. But what I hadn't known is that this was well out of my brother and I's control. And the time to be all those things that we needed to be was soon to come. Soon enough, my mom, my dad, and my sister were on their way to the University of Iowa's Children's Hospital in Rochester, Minnesota to be seen at the Mayo Clinic. Every time they would come home, Tristan would tell us about all the needle pokes she had endured during the trip, and all the big machines she'd be laying in, and all the weird sounds they would make. Soon enough, my parents sat my brother and I down to explain to us what was happening. They told us that Tristan has a spot on her brain that they're continuing to watch and monitor. She has a weakened immune system, and those migraines come from that spot on her brain. They continue to tell us that we need to wash our hands several times a day, make sure we stay up to date on our flu shots, and several other things to help keep Tristan healthy. Tristan is now 12 years old and continues to go to Iowa City and Mayo for checkups. Someone once asked me the question, Jodie, what do you stand for? This next moment reminded me of that question. Now, if you've ever been to an Iowa Hawkeyes football game, you know that during the first quarter, the crowd, the team, and everyone in Kinnick Stadium stands up to wave to the children in the Children's Hospital. Those people in Kinnick Stadium stand for giving joy to those kids and their families in need. Just like everyone in Kinnick Stadium, I stand for something that is greater than myself. And that greater thing to me is my little sister. Last Christmas, my mom asked my sister what she wanted as a gift. Tristan didn't answer with a fancy new iPad, or the new Just Dance, or even a puppy. Tristan wanted Pop Tabs. Pop Tabs? Tristan wanted Pop Tabs that she could donate to the Ronald McDonald House because Tristan wanted to give those kids and their families a better Christmas. While Tristan may not have been dealt all the best cards in life, she could have chose to pity herself or help others. Tristan chose to help others. She stands for acts of selflessness. Iowa FFA, when you find out what you stand for, you can inspire so many others. Maybe it's helping someone who is struggling in math class, or helping that teammate who just can't get that throwdown after practice. Maybe it's joining your school's mentoring program, offering a smile to a stranger. But maybe it's the littlest thing of collecting pop tabs. When you find out what you stand for, you can change so many lives. Iowa, FFA, what do you stand for?
And it came upon me way long way. You're the reason I'm still here. Am I the one you were sent to say? And it came upon me way long way. The clouds broke and the angel.
When it's 4 in the morning, when it comes without warning, the silence drags you down under the tide. When your whole world is jaded, when your colors are faded, and nothing but your shadows on your side. I believe in you. I believe in you. If you ever need somebody, even if all your towers fall down, if you ever need somebody, even when all your hope runs out, if you ever need somebody, I believe in you. I believe in you. When your thoughts fly like arrows, when the way out feels narrow, and the rock you always lean on starts to slide, you feel suffocated, so uncelebrated, and the person that you were you cannot find. I believe in you.
Each year, we recognize an outstanding partner as the recipient of the Blue and Gold Award. Recipients of this award have recently launched their partnership with the FFA and understand the importance of investing in tomorrow's leaders. We could not be more appreciative of their support and dedication. Will the Secretary's desk please read the name of this year's recipient?
This year's Blue and Gold Award goes to Heartland Co-op. Beginning this past January, Iowa FFA Foundation with longtime partner Heartland Co-op launched the first of its kind Iowa FFA Foundation Checkoff Program. Through this program, the Iowa FFA Foundation and Association receive support of 1/10 of a cent per bushel of grain. Thank you, Heartland Co-op, for your generous support over the years and continuing to create new programs to help the future of agriculture and agriculture education. Please help me in congratulating this year's Blue and Gold recipient, Heartland Co-op.
Our organization is pretty amazing, but we can't do what we do without the help of some pretty amazing individuals. We would like to recognize those individuals who have helped us create just one great organization. Please join me in celebrating the work of our Distinguished Servants Award area.
Recipients of this year's Distinguished Service Award are Afton Holt, Scott Kirsten, Evan Babcock, John Daisy, Ellen Daisy. Congratulations to this year's recipients of the Distinguished Service Award. Your dedication and support are greatly appreciated.
West, we're blessed with the best. Don't put us to the test, cause we're better than the rest. I think this rap is pretty beast, but I think I slow it down for the people in the East. I'm the rhyme man, rapping all the time, and going all out till someone goes and chimes in.
Cole, what are you doing?
You told me we had state talent on the stage right now.
I meant the real state talent. Iowa FFA, please join me in welcoming our second place talent winner, brought to you by the Iowa FFA alumni, Tori Hampson from the GTRA FFA chapter.
I've lied, I've fallen down from grace a few too many times, but I find holy redemption when I put this car in drive, roll the windows down and turned up the dial. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Feels like the Holy Ghost running through ya. When I play the highway FM, I find my soul revival, singing every single verse. Yeah, I guess that's my church. When Hank leads a sermon and Cash leads a choir, it gets my cold heart burning hotter than the ring of fire. When this wonderful world gets heavy and I need to find my escape, I just keep the wheels rolling, radio scrolling till my sins wash away. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Feels like the Holy Ghost running through ya. When I play the highway FM, I find my soul revival, singing every single verse. Yeah, I guess that's my church. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Feels like the Holy Ghost running through ya. When I play the highway FM, I find my soul revival, singing every single verse. Yeah, I guess that's my church. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Feels like the Holy Ghost running through ya. When I play the highway FM, I find my soul revival, singing every single verse. Yeah, I guess that's my church. Yeah, I guess that's my church. Yeah, I guess that's my church.
The honorary Iowa degree is the highest level of recognition that a non-member can receive. The state constitution gives provision for this honor, as the recipient must be dedicated to promoting and furthering agriculture education and the Iowa FFA at the local or state levels. These recipients are some of our biggest supporters and have helped the Iowa FFA Association reach new milestones. Please help me in recognizing this year's honorary Iowa degree recipients.
We are pleased to bestow upon these outstanding nominees their honorary Iowa FFA degrees. Casey Brown, South Central District nominee. Anita Fisher, the North Central District nominee. Bridget Mahoney, the Southeast District nominee. Alan Spencer, Southwest District nominee. Tom and Sue Barnes of the Association of Iowa Fairs. Eddie Chestnut, Foundation Board President. Ginger and Glenn Stirk of the Blue Jacket Endowment Gift. Congratulations and thank you for your support. Please give our honorary Iowa FFA degree recipients one more round of applause.
This next award is presented each year to a sponsor or sponsors that have long-term partnership with the FFA and work to help teach members that it takes just one person to make a difference. Will the Secretary's desk please read the outstanding recipient of the Special Citation Award?
The recipient of this year's Special Citation Award goes to Barb Likens of the Iowa Farm Bureau. Barb recently retired after 34 years with the Iowa FFA Farm Bureau Federation, and while many FFA members may not know her by name, they have been greatly impacted by her support. When students attend legislative symposium, receive an academic achievement award, compete in ag discussion meet, or take the next step of their leadership journey, they have had these experiences due to the support of the Iowa Farm Bureau Federation, championed by Barb Likens. As a result of Barb's unconditional support, more than $2 million Farm Bureau dollars have been donated to support FFA members over the past 10 years. Accepting on behalf of Barb is Peyton Schmidt, Iowa Farm Bureau intern. Barb is deeply moved and humbled by being selected for Iowa FFA's most prestigious award. She sincerely believes in the power of FFA in agriculture education and proudly served and still serves as an advocate for our organization. If there were any way for her to attend, she would and deeply regrets not being able to be with us. However, she must be with her husband at the time and hopes we share this understanding. She wishes FFA the absolute best for the State Leadership Conference. Please give a round of applause for our Special Citation Award recipient, Barb Likens.
Recognizing the accomplishments of over 15,000 Iowa FFA members.
FFA Fun Night.
Celebrating over 700 Iowa degree recipients.
Captivating educational workshops.
Seeing the band, chorus, and FFA talent.
Motivational retiring addresses.
Installation of the leaders for the upcoming year.
Inspirational words from this year's keynote speaker.
Inexplicably born without arms, Matt Stutzman was put up for adoption and then welcomed into the home of Leon and Jean Stutzman. Years later, the result is an extraordinary young man, a family man who can do virtually anything with his feet. Though originally fitted for prosthetics as a child, Matt found them cumbersome and unnatural. Today, perhaps the most remarkable thing about Matt is that he lives without prosthetics in a completely unadapted world. This includes eating, grooming, and writing, as well as playing the guitar, car maintenance, and of course, extraordinary abilities with the bow and arrow. Matt's original interest in marksmanship began when he learned to shoot a gun and then taught himself to shoot a penny at 50 yards away. Eventually, it became his passion and evolved into his dream to become the world's best archer. Though many argue otherwise, Matt considers his physical challenges to be advantageous to archery. As a member of the 2012 U.S. Paralympic archery team, Matt competed in the 2012 London Games that culminated with a silver medal. Dubbed the Armless Archer, Matt's remarkable story has captured the attention of media around the world. A natural public speaker, he regularly uses remarkable demonstrations of his foot skills to engage the audiences of all kinds who are left inspired and believing anything is possible. FFA members, help me in thanking our sponsor, Kemin Industries, and welcoming our keynote speaker, Mr. Matt Stutzman.
How come no one's clapping? There we go. So, I've always been known as a troublemaker, so I'm going to kick this party off real right by going, how about those Hawkeyes, baby? Yeah! Yeah! Now, I heard someone booing over there, but they're lucky because my arm span's like this, and I can't quite reach you. So you're fine for today, but I did bring a bow, so be careful. Thank you so much for having me. This is amazing. I can't see, so I think that's normal too, but that's okay. Decisions. Today I'm going to talk to you about decisions. Every day we face decisions. Some big, some small. Some have huge impact on our lives, and some will never impact us again. 2 weeks ago, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, at an archery competition. The distance that I'm shooting is 50 meters. That's about 55 yards. The bullseye is the size of a CD. We are there for 10 days. We are shooting constantly. Whoever wins the tournament, the top 3 archers in the United States get to go to the World Championships in Netherlands, which is very important because that's where we earn our slots for Team USA for the upcoming Olympic and Paralympic Games that happen in 2020 in Tokyo. That's right. After the first couple days, it's really hot, it's dry, and I've been shooting a lot of arrows, and I started to notice that I hold the bow with my toes, and I see that my calluses are starting to split open, and I'm getting blisters, and it's making shooting really difficult. I go into my last day. I had started off first, but going into my last day, I was in 13th place. My feet hurt so bad, it was like hard to hold up the bow. In fact, before I put Band-Aids and tape on them, I actually was bleeding on my bow, and it was so painful, and I thought to myself, what am I doing here? I should just go home. As I was thinking about that, we had about 15 arrows left to go, and I was aiming down at the target, and time slowed down, and I was able to think, what am I doing here? Why am I doing it? And let me tell you my story. I was born in 1982 without any arms, except much cuter, because babies are always cuter. I was born as you see me now. My birth parents were told that it was going to cost millions of dollars to raise me. I was going to need specialists to help me with everything in my life, from tying my shoes, brushing my teeth, even feeding me. And because that seemed too much for them, at 3 months old, they put me up for adoption. At 13 months old, this family walks in, and they decided that they were going to adopt me. And I've always wondered in my brain, what makes somebody walk into an orphanage and decide we're going to adopt somebody without any arms? Now, it wasn't until about 5 years ago, I'm sitting at home, I'm watching at that time, he's like a 2-year-old son, and he's walking around and he steps on a spider. And he bends down, he picks up the spider, and he puts it in his mouth. It's right. I jump up, I run over to him, and as I'm standing over him, his name is Alex, by the way, I'm standing over him looking at him, and I pause for a second, and I think to myself, what is more gross, him eating a spider or me using my toes to get it out? I went back to the couch and I sat down and I said, don't tell Mom, but keep chewing. And in this family, we eat what we kill, so good for you, son. I grew up just like every other kid. I grew up on a farm. We had cows, chickens, pigs, you name it. My parents at a very early age decided to not treat me any differently than my other brothers and sisters, which, by the way, I have 7 of them. That's right. That's more than I can count on this hand. Got to use my foot. I don't know if it was because of something that happened to me when I was young, or maybe just sibling rivalry, but I always had this burning desire to want to be the best in the world at something. My parents had a motto: if you want to climb the apple tree, that's fine, but if you climb up it by yourself, you have to climb down it by yourself. And because they went with that, they literally allowed me to try anything I wanted to try. I was 11 years old-ish, and I woke up one morning, and I'm like, I think today I'm going to be a professional bull rider. I talked my younger brother, his name is John, I talked my younger brother into going with me out into the barn and catching the biggest bull we had on the farm. His name is Billy. Now, of course, I was young and he looked big. He's probably like 1,000 pounds or something like that. But I remember grabbing a 5-gallon bucket of feed and I had it on my shoulder and I brought it in and I set it by the fence and he's eating. And I climb up the fence and I get on the back of Billy. Now, I'm playing the part completely. I'm wearing jeans, cowboy hat, long sleeve flannel shirt. You know, I was like, I'm going to do this right. As I'm sitting on the back of Billy, I have a thought goes through my mind, like, how am I going to hold on? I hadn't thought about it yet, and I was already on the back of this thing, and it was breathing. So I was like, and I wasn't scared, but, so my brother's like, hey, on TV, they take this rope, they put it around his belly, and then you could hold on to the rope. I'm like, good idea. So we tie the rope around his belly, and now that it's all secured, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, so how am I going to hold on to the rope? My brother, and I'm sure you all have siblings like this, he's like, hey dude, let's take your sleeve and tie it to the rope. Now mind you, I wanted to be the best bull rider in the world. So I'm like, make sure you double knot it. I don't want to fall off. I think that's why they call it growing up. I'm not for sure yet. As I am tied to this thing, my adrenaline starts pumping. I'm feeling excited because I'm about to ride this bull for more than 8 seconds, and it's going to be amazing. And I slid up tight, and I leaned back, and I put my left arm over my shoulder. That's what you do on TV, right? About that time, I hear a little bit of noise, and I see my dad running out of the house. Now, in my entire life, out of all the things I wanted to do, one morning I woke up and told him I wanted to be Michael Jordan, and he bought me a basketball hoop and basketball and told me to begin practicing. So every dream I've had, he's never said no. But for some reason on this day, as he was running toward me, and I could see his mouth moving, but I couldn't quite understand what he was saying, I actually started to re-guess what I was about to do. Like, maybe this isn't a good idea. The second I thought, this is not a good idea, I hear this noise, and it goes like this. Now, let me tell you what that is. I grew up on a farm. We had pigs, and sometimes we had to put the pigs on the trailer to take them to market, and after a little bit of stubbornness, you got this like thingamajigger that kind of shocks them to motivate them to move. Let that soak in just a little. My brother thought it would be cool to not only double tie my sleeve to the rope, but then I hear zzz, and we fly out of the barn at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. I pass my dad as he's running in, and everything is in slow motion, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. My brother thought it would be funny to shock this bull in the rump, and then the hat went flying. The next thing I know, I wake up on the ground. That was my first concussion. I remember like hearing my brother laugh because it's distinct and of course it's funny to him. At least he has arms to break his fall, right? My back is itchy and I look down and I realize that I'm not wearing a shirt. And the shirt is still tied to Billy, is flopping in the wind as my dad's trying to catch him. What amazes me the most is that when we go back to no one says nothing. This is at like noon. No one says nothing to me. And we're eating supper later that night, and no one is still talking. No one's saying nothing. I'm pretty sure my parents have realized that I've learned my lesson or something. And we just get done finishing eating, and my older brother says, "May I be excused?" And as he stands up to slide away from the table, he goes, "John, by the way, those were some pretty good knots." I felt pretty lucky growing up like I did. I learned a lot of things from my parents, from my family. And it really helped motivate me to push me into literally trying anything. I remember the next day after the bull riding incident, I told my dad I was going to be a NASCAR driver. We got a car, began learning how to drive, and I put my right foot on the steering wheel, and then my left foot runs the gas and the brake. In fact, I got so good at it that I taught myself how to drift, right? And I remember going, on my 16th birthday, I remember going into driver's ed, and I was like, this is going to be awesome. Now, the instructor obviously seemed a bit nervous when he got in the car with me and saw the future NASCAR champion with his right foot on the steering wheel. I remember looking over at him, and I said, because I wanted him to hear me, "Are you ready?" The second he said yes, I floored his car. We took off down the back straightaway, as I call it. We come up to the first corner, and I realize I'm going way too fast, so I hit the emergency brake, and we're now sliding sideways around this cone, and everything starts to slow down. And I remember slowly looking to the right with his big smile, like, oh. He wasn't smiling. His clipboard was nowhere in his hands, and he was holding on to that handle up here, and he was like screaming at the top of his lungs. I get done with the course. I'm the fastest person there. I didn't hit any cones. I feel super excited. I jumped out of the car, and I'm like, woo! Yeah! I go home, and I tell my dad, like, Dad, guess what? Jeff Gordon better watch out. He said, son, guess what? I'm not allowed to go back to driver's ed. That was devastating for me. That was my first real kind of shock for me of what life was going to be like. It wasn't because I was a great driver. I mean, I might have scared him a little bit. But I was being judged for what I didn't have versus what I could do. And it hurt. It was the first time in my life that I realized that no matter what I do, I'm going to be just looked at differently. But I made the decision to keep focusing on other things and keep trying and trying and trying. And eventually, in 2010, as I'm sitting at home on the couch with my two sons, I have no job. I'm trying to figure out how to make ends meet. And I see this guy on TV with a bow, and he's out in the woods, and he's harvesting a deer, and a thought goes off in my brain, and I think to myself, why can't I do that? I've tried everything else. I have nothing else to lose. I get a bow. Within a week or so, I teach myself how to shoot. I go out in the woods. I'm successful. I harvest a deer. I'm now feeling motivated and exciting. I'm feeling great as a man who's now taking care of his kids like he should be by putting food on the table. And I decided to go to my first archery tournament like a week later. I did not get last. It was like I didn't win. On the way home, I hit 3 deer with my only car at the same exact time, totaling it. An hour later, I get a call from a manufacturer that says they wanted to sponsor me, and who doesn't like free stuff? But my hand was up. I remember getting this bow, and I showed my buddy this bow, and I said, check out this. This is like the newest, latest, greatest. It's so amazing. And he says to me, Matt, the reason why they sponsor you is because you have no arms, you draw attention to their products. It's not because you're good. That was the truth. I wasn't that good. I could hit a balloon, but I can't hit a quarter. And I wanted to be known as the best archer in the world, followed by, oh, by the way, did you know he does it with no arms? I made the decision to get to work. I practiced and practiced. I shot arrow after arrow, honing my craft, getting better and better. And as the months started to go by, I realized that archery was it. Archery is what I was meant to do. That was my professional bull riding. That was my best basketball player. That's my NASCAR. I remember in 2012, I went to my first trials ever. Didn't think I was going to win. I just was showing up to see if I could make an Olympic or Paralympic Games. And I ended up missing the world record by 2 points, only like 2 years after I had begun shooting. And I ended up winning trials. I went all the way into London, which was my first games. That distance was 70 meters. Still a small bullseye. I qualified first, missed the Olympic record by 7 points. And I fought my way all the way through until I got to the gold medal match. As I was shooting, I was like, wow, I cannot believe I'm here right now. What if I had made the decision after the basketball failure or the bull riding incident or the driving? What if I had made the decision to just give up or quit? Boy, I'm sure glad I made the decision not to give up. I didn't win a gold that day, mainly because the guy I was shooting against was cheating because he had both of his arms. But I did win a silver medal. And I remember going home being very proud of it. I remember showing everybody and thinking, this is amazing. This is why I do what I do. Since then, I've gone on to set multiple records at 50 meters, 20 yards. I also have the Guinness World Record for the longest accurate archery shot ever, where I hit a bullseye at 310 yards. Thanks. Thank you. I was the first person with a physical disability to make an able-bodied archery team. I also was the first person with a physical disability to never miss any points and shoot a perfect score at essentially the largest tournament in the world. 2016, I made my second games. I was the crowd favorite, even though we were in Brazil. I didn't have too good of a qualification end. I ended up qualified fourth, a couple points out of first. And I made it into my second match, and I remember how eliminations works is you shoot 15 arrows, 3 arrows at a time, and then whoever has the most points after the 15 arrows wins. And I was shooting my last 3 arrows, and I was up by a point. I shoot a 10, he shoots a 10. I shoot a 9, he shoots a 10. He shoots another 10, and now I know in my brain that I have to shoot a 10 to win, a 9 to tie, which forces a 1 arrow shoot off, or an 8, I go home. I remember thinking that I got this in the bag. Now, you get 20 seconds during the finals like that. You get 20 seconds to shoot each arrow. If I have a coach, it's his job to count down for me. At 10, I get a 10-second warning, and then 5, 4, 3, and so forth. And I was aiming at the target, and I heard the 10-second warning, and then the wind picked up, so I adjusted a little bit, and I started thinking to myself, this guy's about to lose. And I shoot. The arrow leaves my bow at almost 200 miles per hour. The crowd goes crazy. They all start cheering. And I looked at my monitor and realized that I had shot an 8. So they were cheering for him. Once again, I was devastated. Like I had just spent 4 years of my life shooting hundreds of thousands of arrows a year. 8 hours a day in that chair right there. Shooting and shooting and shooting. Preparing myself for that moment. And just like that, it's over without anything. It wasn't until later on that afternoon when they brought me my arrows back and I realized that arrow number 10 had a broken knock. The knock is the plastic device that connects the arrow to the bow. So it's very important. And if that wouldn't have broke, I probably would have shot a 10 and hopefully would have went on to win a medal. I was so mad that I was like, I got to quit. I can't do this. What am I doing? It's archery. I could be somewhere else right now. And I got home, and my son comes over and is like, dude, you're awesome. And I realized that I had to make another decision. I had to decide to shoot again. And I got back on the horse, or the bull, and I started shooting, and I shot, and I shot, and I shot. Now the next games comes up next year in 2020 in Tokyo. And I'm hoping for a different result, but there's a lot of stuff that has to go on before I know if I actually get to go. And one of them is the trials that I was at 2 weeks ago. My foot hurts, bleeding. I can't hold my bow. When I shoot, it just falls on the ground. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing? And I squeak out the last 15 arrows. And about 30 minutes later, USADA knocks on my shoulder and says, sir, we have to test you. And the only reason why they were testing me is because I had won by 1 point. I had won trials, even though I wasn't feeling good. But I made the decision to not give up then either. There's lots of people in this room right now, and they're all faced with decisions. Some are big, some are small. Some are going to impact you differently. Some are going to maybe never impact you again, but we all have to face those decisions. If you run into an obstacle, only you and you alone, based on your decisions, can control what you do and change the outcome. I think about all the times that I could have quit. I remember walking in one time to get a job, and they're like, oh, you don't have arms, we can't hire you. And it was for like a driving job. And I was like, I totally am qualified for that. And they said, well, if you had prosthetics, we would hire you. And the last time I wore prosthetics, I was 8. And I took them to show and tell just because I would be the only person in the room that could take his arms off, and thought that was cool. Saw this girl I liked, went to go give her a hug, and miscalculated the distance between me and her. And I right hooked her in the jaw, and that was her first concussion. But I think about all the decisions that I made throughout my life. In fact, I still make decisions every single day about what I need to do to make myself better. And I think about all the people that supported me. I think about all the things I went through. Trust me, everybody in this room has and deals with the same thing. You have to make a conscious choice to decide to make yourself better. Can't let the hurdles, can't let the hills you have to climb, you have to get over it. You have to figure out how to push past. You find something as motivation to push you until you finally get over that hill and you start to succeed. Success doesn't happen unless you make the conscious decision to make yourself better. You guys are making my hands sweaty. Actually hit the target. That was good. Does anybody want to stand up there with an apple next? No takers? I'm just letting you know I'm not going to get in trouble because I don't leave fingerprints. I've been saving that one. If I can pick up a bow and arrow and compete against the best in the world, shooting against guys that have arms, in a sport that you wouldn't believe or think that an armless man can do, what's your excuse? Why aren't you making yourself better? I just have one thing to say. Everybody in this room needs to decide your way to success. Thank you so much, guys. You were awesome. Go Hawkeyes! Woo!
Mr. Stutzman, we can't thank you enough for your inspiring message here today and sharing your amazing talents with us. Your ability to spread a smile across any of our members from across the state is second to none. On behalf of the Iowa FFA, we'd like to present you with this conference gift.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Stutzman!
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
I have business cards, a pen, some lipstick, and clear nail polish.
All it takes is just one moment, one encounter, just one step to empower, just one risk, just one choice. This time we raise our voice. Just one chance, just one moment, change the course. It's time we show it. Just one step, just one choice. Can pave the way, let's raise our voice.
Each year, over 6,000 FFA members, advisors, parents, sponsors, and guests travel to this conference to celebrate achievements of FFA across the state. While at the conference, students have the opportunity to interact with exhibitors in the career show, helping students to understand the agricultural industry and gain valuable information regarding possible career paths. The Iowa Agriculture Career Show not only continues to serve as a large supporter of agriculture, but also the Blue Corduroy. We are thankful for the support from Des Moines Area Community College for making this opportunity possible for our members. Please accept this conference gift as a token of our appreciation. FFA members, advisors, and guests help me in thanking Des Moines Area Community College for their generous support.
Every life moment, every milestone, every journey, all begin with just one.
One conversation.
One decision.
One risk.
One choice, no matter our age,
our background, our gender.
Every day, we all have the power to choose just one action that propels us forward.
It doesn't have to be large, and we don't need to have it all figured out.
Change can feel like a daunting task at times. Yet each of us can, just one step at a time.
Our individual steps are different.
Yet what unites us
is the power to make that one choice.
One chance.
One risk.
One moment of courage.
Let the games begin.
And then, imagine the collective strength of our individual just ones as a united national FFA organization, and the impact to our chapters, communities, agriculture, and the larger future. It truly is up to each one of us.
Just one.
Just one.
Just one. Today. Who's ready?
Lex, did you know triskaidekaphobia is the fear of the number 13?
No. Why would you even know that?
I had it as a question in a quiz bowl competition one time.
Didn't your quiz bowl team lose to my school every single competition?
Maybe.
Well, luckily, these chapters' hard work finally paid off today.
Will the secretary's desk please read the results of this morning's career development events?
The following Career Development Event Awards were all made possible with support from our sponsors through the Iowa FFA Foundation. Iowa State University College of Agriculture and Life Sciences awards the state winners with a $500 scholarship when enrolling in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences at Iowa State University.
The Reporter's Book sponsor is Wallace's Farmer. Chapters receiving a gold rating are Albia, Mid-Prairie, Red Oak, Sumner Fredericksburg. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Mackenzie Richards and Landry Kopliska from Sumner Fredericksburg. The second place winner receiving $25 and a plaque is Becca Pistek from Albia. The winner receiving $50 and a plaque is Kendall Kells from Red Oak.
The Experience the Action sponsor is the United States Army ROTC. Our gold emblem chapters are North Fayette Valley, Sibley Cheaton, West Liberty, Nottoway Valley, Grinnell, Wapsie Valley. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Wapsie Valley. In second place, receiving $25 in a plaque is Sibley Cheaton. The winner receiving $50 in a plaque is Grinnell FFA.
The Secretary's Book is sponsored by the Iowa FFA Foundation. Chapters receiving gold emblems are the Red Oak FFA, Osceola Big Chief, Mediapolis, Wapsie Valley, Western Christian, Webster City, East Sac, Albia, Sumner Fredericksburg. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Aubrey Cumia from Western Christian. The second place winner receiving $25 and a plaque is Hannah Doolittle and Taylor Mason of Webster City. The winner receiving $50 and a plaque is Anna Richards of the Wapsie Valley FFA.
The Ag Issues and Perceptions sponsor is the Iowa FFA Foundation. Chapters receiving a gold rating are Hudson FFA, Indianola, Adele DeSoto Minburn, West Liberty, North Scott. The fifth place team receiving $25 and a certificate is Hudson FFA. The fourth place team receiving $50 and a certificate is Adele DeSoto Minburn. The third place team receiving $75 and a certificate is Indianola. The second place team receiving $100 and a plaque is North Scott FFA. The winner receiving $150 and a plaque is West Liberty FFA.
The Treasurer's Book sponsor is the United States Army ROTC. Chapters receiving a gold rating are Decorah, Sumner Fredericksburg, Pella, ACGC. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Keegan Enck from Decorah. The second place winner receiving $25 and a plaque is John Fetty and Cameron Westerkamp of Pella. The winner receiving $50 and a plaque is Mariah Teeling and Megan Manweiler of Sumner Fredericksburg.
The Conduct of Meetings sponsor is the Iowa FFA Foundation. Our gold emblem winners are Wapello FFA, Red Oak, West Liberty, Brokaw FFA, North Fayette Valley, Ridgeview FFA. The third place winner receiving a plaque is North Fayette Valley. The second place winner receiving $25 and a plaque is Wapello FFA. The winner receiving $50 and a plaque is Brokaw FFA at Clarinda.
The job interview CDE is sponsored by the Iowa FFA Foundation. Our gold emblem winners are Michaela McGill of Knoxville, Brett Schoner of Midland, and Leah Mosier of Grundy Center. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Leah Mosier of Grundy Center. In second place receiving $25 and a plaque is Michaela McGill of Knoxville FFA. The winner receiving $50 and a plaque is Brett Schoner of Midland FFA at Wyoming.
The Ag Impact sponsor being represented is CF Industries. Our gold emblem winners are Beckman Catholic at Dyersville, AHSTW FFA, Montezuma, West Liberty, Storm Lake. The third place winner receiving a plaque is West Liberty FFA. The second place winner receiving $25 in a plaque is Beckman Catholic at Dyersville. The Ag Impact first place group receiving $50 in a plaque is Montezuma FFA.
The Ag Sales individual sponsors, Energy Panel Structure Incorporated. Our gold emblem winners are Alexandria Gray of Muscatine, Chandler Smith of Central Trail, Lydia Lee of West Lyon, Madison Streif of West Dubuque. In third place receiving a plaque is Lydia Lee of West Lyon. In second place receiving $25 and a plaque is Madison Streif of West Dubuque. And the winner receiving $50 and a plaque is Chandler Smith of Central Trail FFA at Leon.
The parliamentary procedure sponsor is Growmark. Our gold emblem winners are Charles City FFA, East Buchanan, North Fayette Valley, Pilot Creek FFA, Brokaw FFA, Indianola FFA. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Indianola. In second place, receiving $25 in a plaque is East Buchanan. The winner receiving $50 in a plaque is North Fayette Valley FFA.
The extemporaneous speaking sponsor is the Iowa FFA Foundation. Our gold emblem winners are Bailey McKenna of Lawton Brawson, Ellen Cook of South Hardin, Carson Brinks of South Winneshiek, Shelby McCausland of Martinsdale St. Mary's, and Ethan Hersberg of Brokaw FFA at Clarinda. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Ethan Hersberg of Brokaw FFA at Clarinda. Our second place winner receiving $25 and a plaque is Bailey McKenna of Lawton Brawson FFA. The extemporaneous speaking first place winner receiving $50 and a plaque is Shelby McCausland of Martinsdale St. Mary's.
The chapter activity exhibit sponsor is the Iowa FFA Foundation. Chapters receiving a gold rating are Albia, Pilot Creek, Clarinda, Davis County, Lone Tree, Independence, Easton Valley, Garner, South Hamilton, Pella. The third place winner receiving a plaque is South Hamilton FFA. The second place winner receiving $25 in a plaque is Pella FFA. And the winner in chapter activity exhibit receiving $50 in a plaque is Albia FFA.
The Ag Broadcasting sponsor is the Iowa Broadcasters Association Foundation. Our gold emblem winners are Carly Recker of Monticello, Abby Klosterman of Beckman Catholic, Macy Lant of West Marshall, and Jocelyn Boynton of Muscatine. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Abby Klosterman of Beckman Catholic at Dyersville. In second place, receiving $25 in a plaque is Jocelyn Boynton of Muscatine. The winner receiving $50 in a plaque is Carly Recker of Monticello.
The chapter program of activity sponsor is Growmark. Our gold emblem winners are Red Oak FFA, Decorah, North Fayette Valley, Brokaw FFA. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Brokaw FFA. Our second place winner receiving $25 in a plaque is Decorah. And our first place winner in the area of chapter program receiving $50 in a plaque is North Fayette Valley FFA.
The FFA Creed speaking sponsor is through the Mintex Citrus Incorporated. The gold emblem winners are Julia Tepe of Waverly Shell Rock, Jack Mahoney of West Liberty FFA, and Tyler Loudon of Creston. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Jack Mahoney of West Liberty. The second place winner receiving $25 in a plaque is Julia Tepe of Waverly Shell Rock. The winner receiving $50 in a plaque is Tyler Loudon of Creston.
agricultural career and science investigation sponsor is Innovative Ag Services. Our gold emblem winners are West Liberty FFA, Collins Maxwell, Montezuma. The third place winner receiving a plaque is West Liberty. The second place winner receiving $25 in a plaque is Montezuma FFA. And our first place winner in the area of Ag CSI receiving $50 in a plaque is Collins Maxwell FFA.
The public speaking sponsor is the 2003-2004 Iowa FFA State Officers. The gold emblem winners are Sarah Dudley of Diamond Trail FFA at Monroe, Will Lapke of Makokata FFA, Diana Mulder of Applington Parkersburg, Avery Haskell of Red Oak, Jennifer Holliday of Nottoway Valley, Cheyenne Brogdon of Boone A&M, Megan Decker of South Central Calhoun. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Cheyenne Brogdon of Boone A&M. The second place winner receiving $25 in a plaque is Will Lapke of Makokata FFA. The winner receiving $50 in a plaque is Avery Haskell of Red Oak FFA. The Iowa State University College of Agriculture and Life Sciences awards the state-winning individual with a $500 scholarship when enrolling in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences at Iowa State University.
The chapter website sponsor is the Iowa FFA Foundation. The gold emblem winners are Nottoway Valley FFA, Nashua Plainfield, Lone Tree FFA, North Scott, Diamond Trail FFA. The third place winner receiving a plaque is Nottoway Valley FFA. The second place winner receiving $25 in a plaque is North Scott FFA. The winner receiving $50 in a plaque is Lone Tree FFA.
The Career Development Event Awards were all made possible with support from our sponsors through the Iowa FFA Foundation. Iowa State University College of Agriculture and Life Sciences awards the state winners with a $500 scholarship when enrolling in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences at Iowa State University. Please congratulate all of our Career Development Event participants one last time.
The Secretary's Desk has a few announcements at this time. If you enjoy food, music, games, and hanging out with friends, then join the FFA members from all across the state for Members Night Out at the Iowa State University Memorial Union. The Iowa FFA degree picture will be taken immediately following the third general session on the south lawn of the Sheeman Building. The Iowa degrees will be awarded in the fourth general session. Tomorrow at noon, Mid-American Energy will be having their workshop, Energize Your Future Career in Your Community in Sheeman 275. Those participating in massing of the flag ceremony, please grab your flags and meet backstage following the session. Correction on the stage following the session. Advisors, please report to the convention office to pick up your treasurer's and secretary books. These include North Fayette Valley at West Union, IKM Manning, Tri-Center, Wapsie Valley, Cardinal, Orient Maxburg, Riverside, Lenox, Greenfield, and Brokaw. Finally, the second general session begins at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I told you guys this session would be a pretty big deal.
And I told you we weren't bringing a pig on stage.
Fine.
Throughout this first session, we have recognized chapters who have reached milestones.
With the help of our career development event, session, and conference sponsors, we were able to recognize the accomplishments of many of our members from across the state and see some inspiring words from our keynote speaker.
Each day, we have countless opportunities to impact those around us. It takes just one step, just one action, just one choice.
FFA members, advisors, and guests, every journey begins with just one.
Talk about an uphill battle, 2,000 acres of beans and cattle. But he don't ever get rattled, he just goes till the sun goes down. Hydraulic fluid on his jeans, red dye diesel and 10 rows between. A cold one on the porch and a good night's sleep. Y'all hold 'em up with me now. Here's to the farmer that plants the fields in the spring, that turn from green to that harvest honey. Hold one up for the banker downtown that got him on his feet with handshake of money. Here's to the farmer's wife that loves him every night, raising a son, raising a daughter. They gather around the table, send it up to the father. Somehow they get closer when times get harder. Here's to the farmer. Subdivisions creeping on in. Neighborhood kids keep jumping his fence. He could double his money, but that'd be the end of a promise he'll never break. 'Cause he looked his daddy in the eye, and he's got that stubborn pride. He'll be here till the day he dies. No, he wouldn't have it any other way. Here's to the farmer that plants the fields in the spring, that turn from green to that harvest honey. Hold one up for the banker downtown that got him on his feet with handshake money. Here's to the farmer's wife that loves him every night, raising a son, raising a daughter. They gather around the table, send it up to the father. Somehow they get closer when times get harder. Here's to the farmer. Here's to the farmer that loves his day in the sun, won't sell
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Mr. President.
Does any other member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn the first general session of the 91st Iowa FFA Leadership Conference. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned.
Today's the day we make a change. Just one risk is all it takes. With courage, drive, and ambition, we can achieve something great. All it takes is just one moment, one encounter.
The Secretary's desk has an announcement at this time.